Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Stacey and I'm an infidelity recovery coach, and I help men and women go from hurt to healed after their affair. And I work with clients one-on-one. So if you are interested in working with me, I will leave all the information in the description box below. So it's good to see you guys. Okay. So in today's video, I want to talk about 10 signs that you are having an affair. Now, I realize that it might seem obvious to a lot of people that they are having an affair, but just depending on that person, sometimes we're in denial, sometimes we avoid. Then if that we're that type of person, we may not realize that we're having an affair. So I wanted to give you 10 signs so that you will know, hey, okay, this relationship that I'm in is going too far, and it's probably crossed the line over into infidelity, and I need to get out. Like, I need to get my life back, and I need to completely heal from this. So, okay, let's talk about 10 signs that will tell you you are having an affair, especially an emotional affair, because sometimes people have affairs and, there's no sex involved. There's none of that. They might be halfway across the world and you're talking to them, but yet you're married, and, we might cover it up in different ways and make excuses and things like that. But yes, your emotions are involved, and we have actually betrayed ourselves and our spouse. So let's get into what those signs look like. Okay, so the first one is we're keeping secrets. If you want to ask yourself, okay, I have a friend, you're not typically going to keep a secret from your husband or your wife about this friend. You're not going to keep this person a secret. You're not going to, hide things from your husband, that type of thing. You're going to be open with your friendships. But with this person, you are more secretive about what's going on between the two of you. You keep things hush hush. You don't really try to talk or communicate with them even through text in front of your spouse or your kids or whoever. You really just kind of keep it secret and go, maybe look for places to talk in private. Okay, number 2, you are starting to smile every time they text you, like an automatic smile. It was a giveaway for me. My face would just light up when I would hear a ding, or when I would get that text message from him. It was just a reaction, and I couldn't help it. I remember one time I was sitting on the sofa, and I did normally keep our talk time private and a secret. But this one time he messaged me, and I didn't have my notifications on mute. And when the message went off, I just had like this big grin on my face, and my husband was like, oh my God, who is that you're so happy to talk to? And he just blew it off because it was early in the relationship and he never really suspected me. But that was a giveaway. And then I started paying attention to myself, and every time, sure enough, it's like I couldn't even stop myself. It's like this big grin would come on my face. So something is going on with you when you talk to this potential affair partner. That is a clue. Hey, we are crossing an emotional boundary, because I get excited to talk to my friends. Now I get excited. Even now, I get excited to talk to my friends, but not that way, not where I'm like blushing and all of that. So that's a sign. You're definitely crossed that line that, hey, my emotions are really kicking in. Okay, number 3, you start to wait for their texts. Now you're anticipating them texting you. You guys may even have a routine where he's texting you in the morning, he's texting you at night, before bed, or, just different times, and you're starting to expect it and you're getting excited. And again, with that, don't be in denial. Don't say, oh, we're just friends, that type of thing. Like, pay attention to what's going on, because infidelity will come in very subtle. It's a subtle little drip of feeding you poison. So you really want to pay attention to this stuff. If you have a guy friend and you are, starting to get excited when you talk to them, starting to wait for their text, that's all red flags. That's a sign something is going on. I need to pull back. Okay, so number 4, you look for ways to be with each other. Hey, let's just go have casual lunch. Can we meet for coffee in the morning? It's no big deal. It's just lunch. It's just, work lunch. It's just coffee before lunch. Or you might work with them and they bring you coffee. Or you look for ways to, sneak to like a boardroom, or you go meet in the hall for like 5 minutes, or they meet you at the bathroom. I know my affair partner, this was back when I was younger. So when we would go to the club, he would, and I'd go to the restroom, he would come and meet me at the door. Like he was waiting for me. Just things like that. It's like, hey, you trying to carve out any kind of time you can get. That's a sign, okay? You're not in a healthy, friendly zone place when you're doing these things. Okay, so number 5, you make excuses for your behavior. And that's what I've kind of been leading up to. Like, we are just friends. Okay, we cannot make excuses for our behavior. The just friends goes so far, and inside of your body what's going on. Now, you might have a male friend and you guys might be friends. You might not be attracted to him. There might not be anything going on, and that's great. And there may never be. But if some of these signs that I've listed earlier are starting to happen with you, maybe you're flirting, you're flirting, sexy flirting, talking, that kind of thing. Okay, then I'm letting you know, essentially that's what's going on. I'm letting you know that I have feelings for you and I'm attracted to you. So now we're flirting. You're not friends anymore. Like, you're just not. And if you are, then okay, that's fine. But from my experience, what I hear from my clients, it's just once these lines and these boundaries are starting to cross, then it's time to really wake up and accept where you are and where you're headed. And look, I will be honest with you. I stayed in denial for a long time. I was thinking, okay, this man doesn't really like me. I must be crazy. Like, why am I thinking he's flirting with me? I wouldn't even allow myself to believe that he was flirting with me. So I lived in the denial stage. I know what that's about, but that is a dangerous place to be in. So please pay attention. If you find yourself thinking, hey, does he like me? Or I wonder if he likes me, that type of thing, then it's time to wake up, because it's about to get dangerous. Okay, you talk throughout the day. If you are talking to him, your friend, more than you're talking to your spouse, okay, there might be a problem. I might be talking to you way too much, and it could develop, because the more time you spend together, if you have that connection and you like each other, then you're going to develop more of that closeness, more of that bond, and that's just a breeding ground. So taking two people who like each other and put them together all the time, talking throughout the day, you're just creating a bond. You're just growing to like each other more and more as time goes on. Number 7, they are the first person you want to share things with. So whenever you have something good happen, or whenever you have something bad happen, that is the first person that comes to your mind. That's the first person you want to run to and share all your exciting things with. Excuse me, all your, even your bad moments, that's who comes to your mind. Okay, so you have an attachment to this person. It's you're liking each other. And we can deny it, all we want, and pretend like they're just our friends, but until we face it, until we start to say, hey, you know what, I want to keep you as a friend, then it's just going to end bad. It really is. So let's just be honest. We really have to face what's going on, and nobody likes to do that. Nobody likes to think, oh my God, I'm falling in love. You don't want to think you're having an affair. You don't want to admit that you're empty and lonely. And I get it. I get all of that, but we have to face it, because if we can stop it, if we can get out before it gets too far, then the chances of us not experiencing that destructive type of pain increases, because the longer we stay in it, the greater the pain will be. It just will. Okay, so the next thing is your spouse begins to annoy you more. So this is the part where you can start to pick up on, okay, I am getting so aggravated with my husband because now my heart is turning towards this other person, and I am starting to look at him with rose-colored glasses, and he's the best thing since sliced bread, and my husband's worse than the devil. When that, and yeah, people annoy each other because you live together, but when it gets to the point where, okay, you are completely annoying me and I'm not liking you now, okay, now you're in dangerous territory. Your heart is actually starting to turn away from your husband, and it's going towards your affair partner. So that's something to look out for. Number 9, you get upset or anxious when they don't call you. This is important too, because like I said earlier, if you establish that routine where you're talking all the time and they call you in the morning, call you at night, and then they don't call you, then you're super anxious about it, then that's a key sign that you have crossed the line. The friend zone is no more. You are, falling in love with this person. You are getting attached to them, and you guys are treading on very dangerous water. And number 10, you begin to get jealous. So, women can be jealous. They can be jealous of their women friends. They can be territorial. They can be all of that. But when you have a friend that's of the opposite sex and you are supposed to be in the friend zone and you're claiming you're not having an affair, but you see them hug someone at work, or they might mention something good about their wife and you get jealous, then your emotions for that person have definitely crossed the line. And vice versa. So if you guys are talking and you're friends and then he gets jealous because you said something nice about your husband, then it's time to face the facts that, okay, we're having an affair, and maybe we should end this thing because it's just going to get worse. So there's no, if you want to think of the climax of an affair, the climax of it is your spouse is finding out and your world crashes around you, and now your heart is broken into a million pieces and there's pain. So that's pretty much the climax. Now the fantasy part of this tells us that we'll live happily ever after, and they're our Prince Charming. They're going to sweep us off our feet and give us the best life ever. And that's just not true, because life is life. It doesn't matter who you're with. It happens to all of us. So I want you to really think about the signs that I just share with you, and I want you to evaluate your relationship if you think you're having an affair, or if you're in denial that you tell yourself you're not. Really sit down with yourself and have that talk, have that hard talk, and say, I need to get out of this. This is not going to get me anywhere that I really want to be. And if you need help with that, feel free to sign up for a free chat and we can talk about it. And I'll be there with you to help walk you through it. But really think about what's best for you, and having an affair is not the best thing for you. You don't deserve to be in that relationship. You don't have to settle for that type of relationship. We just have to learn to love ourselves so we can really start setting boundaries and, learning how to love others. So I hope this helped you. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And as always, your past does not define your future, and you are not your mistakes. I'll see you next time. Bye.